I just can say that I believe in my skills. I will do everything to be undisputed world champion, and I'm capable to do it.
Dmitry Bivol says he has vowed to end Artur Beterbievs' reign and be the undisputed world champion. While Bivol defeated Malik Zinad and performed admirably against the 5'8" Canelo Alvarez, it will be much more difficult for him to do so against Beterbiev. While looking at Canelo and presently Beterbiev, Bivol said, "It's two different people, two absolutely different fighters. Artur is bigger and has a stronger punch and different technique." Bivol fought Canelo on May 7, 2022, by staying close to the ropes and blocking Canelo's punches. Canelo mostly threw big hooks, which Bivol could see coming and block. However, Bivol knows that fighting against Beterbiev would be different. Beterbiev throws punches in quick, powerful combinations, and he's better at hitting opponents with more than one punch at a time. So Bivol realizes that the strategy he used against Canelo might not work as well against Beterbiev. "You went to the final stop in your career in this weight class. He's a great fighter, a good puncher, and has good technique." Bivol has said that fighting Artur Beterbiev is the toughest challenge of his career so far. In a past interview, he admitted that Beterbiev is even more difficult to face than Canelo Alvarez.
To be honest, I believe that it's the hardest test. Why? Because he's stronger. I know he's physically stronger than Canelo, and he has good technique too. Many people talk about his power, but they forget about his technique.
However, Bivol believes he can beat Beterbiev on fight night. He concluded that with the right preparation and strategy, he's confident in his ability to win. "We will see in the ring how it will be. It's not personal. He has what I want, IBF, WBC, and WBO 175lb titles, and what I need. I can say I believe in my skills. I will do everything to be undisputed, and I'm capable of doing it." Light heavyweight boxing is about to witness a war. Two undefeated titans, Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol, are set to collide on June 1st in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. This highly anticipated fight will crown the undisputed champion of the division. The fight is still more than a month away, but the fireworks have started even before the opening bell. At the recent press conference in London, there was a tense exchange between the fighters or their teams, leaving everyone curious about what it could mean for their upcoming bout. During the event, for the fight promotion, a journalist probed, "Do you have a message for Dmitry Bivol now that he's here?" Beterbiev replied cryptically, "He know already." Confused, Bivol responded, "I don't know already." Beterbiev, maintaining his enigmatic air, asserted, he know. Beterbiev then firmly concluded, "I tell you no, for sure." This brief but intense exchange at the press conference showcased the mind games often seen in big boxing matches. Despite the tension, Bivol seemed unaffected by Beterbiev's psychological tactics. During the same press conference, Bivol mentioned that he views this fight as a significant challenge and an important test for him. Dmitry Bivol isn't backing down from the significance of his upcoming fight with Artur Beterbiev. He views this match as the pinnacle of his lifelong dream.
And thank you for this. Of course, I'm happy because when I signed the contract to be a pro boxer, I had a goal to be an undisputed champion. And everything what I went through, it was to my goal. I made it to get my goal.
Bivol credited his impressive victory over Canelo Alvarez in 2022 as his ticket to this grand stage. He acknowledged Beterbiev's danger, but welcomed the challenge. He stated, "Every time when I'm on my training camp, I think my opponent is the most dangerous opponent in the world. He is powerful, and it makes me more excited to fight this guy because I love challenges." Eddie Hearn observed that although Artur Beterbiev is getting older, he continues to improve with each fight. Hearn also pointed out that if Dmitry Bivol follows his game plan, he might be able to wear Beterbiev out in the later rounds. He compared the fight to a chess match, emphasizing that every move and strategy will be crucial in determining the winner. "I know he's getting older, and you hope that he is slowing down, but he is not. He's actually doing his best performances now. It is very difficult to outbox him in the 12 rounds, because he is actually going to wear you down. He is going to force the pressure with his shots around the back of the head and shots on the ears. They really hurt." Lynden Arthur has a unique perspective, having lost a unanimous decision to Bivol last year and previously sparred Beterbiev. He gave his verdict verdict to Boxing News. I used to think Bivol, no, I still think Bivol's the best, Bivol's elite, but now I've felt Bivol doesn't hit as hard as he needs to keep Beterbiev off. I've sparred Beterbiev, I know how hard he hits in 16 ounces. I wouldn't like to take them shots in 10 ounces. Not for as long as that anyway, as a 12-round fight. I don't know, men, Bivol's a boxer through and through, and he'll be happy to stay in there and box his head off if it can be done. I'm excited for that fight. I'm sitting on the fence. Joe Smith Jr., who has fought both Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, said that he found Bivol tougher to deal with. However, he also gave credit to Beterbiev for his strong boxing skills.
You know, in my opinion, I felt Bivol was, the tougher fight for me. He's an all-around fighter, but both fighters are very skilled. Beterbiev, he's very accurate with his punches. He hits you where he wants to. But, I would be looking forward to seeing the two of them fight. But
Albert Ramirez believes that the fight will be a 50-50, but bets on Beterbiev to win by knockout. He stated, "For me, it is a 50-50 fight on paper. I know how Artur trains personally, and I've heard Bivol is always doing good training. But if I do have to put money on the fight, I will have to say that Artur will win by knockout." Robert Garcia believes that Dmitry Bivol could find himself in trouble against the knockout specialist Artur Beterbiev. Garcia mentioned that for Bivol to win, he needs to be the better fighter in the ring. He stated, "I think so too, but he's Bivol, gotta be a better fighter than Beterbiev, because with Beterbiev it's f***ing hard. So one punch, He also believes that Bivol has to move quickly to counter the power of Beterbiev. Well, that's what Bivol's gonna do. Just boom, 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 touch, touch, and move, and touch, touch, and move. But that power is always there, man. That power is the last thing that leaves. Undisputed heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk has shared his thoughts on who he believes will be the next undisputed light heavyweight champion. In today's episode of the 3 Knockdown Rule podcast, available on YouTube, Usyk, also known as The Cat, chose Dmitry Bivol as the likely winner. Usyk stated, "I guess Bivol. He has good legs, good movement. I watched the fight with Canelo Alvarez. Good boxing, defending, counterpunch, and combos." Teddy Atlas has identified Dmitry Bivol as the favorite in the upcoming bout and thinks the fight could end in a stoppage. He speculated that Bivol's skill and strategy might lead him to a decisive victory.
I got Bivol a solid favorite. For me.
Yeah.
My line's going to be different than someone else's, but for me,
Yep.
I got him a solid favor. That I'll go all the way out, like I always go all the way out on the limb. I mean, I'm not going to stop now at this point in my life. I think I think there's a good chance he stops him late in the fight, either by cuts or by just an endless barrage of punches where, Beterbiev he's not a defensive wizard, right? I think that's fair. Where there'll be a steady barrage of combinations where finally the referee would probably have to stop it.
Alexander Gvozdyk, who was thoroughly outmatched by Artur Beterbiev in their previous fight, is now throwing his support behind Dmitry Bivol for the upcoming match. Like Joe Smith Jr., Gvozdyk is backing Bivol. With recent concerns about Beterbiev's injury, some are speculating that this could be his final fight. Gvozdyk is among those questioning whether Beterbiev's career might be coming to an end. He stated, "Beterbiev is starting to fall apart and getting injured pretty often. He's not a young guy, and it's not a joke anymore. He's almost 40 years old. He's been fighting since he got out of the crib. He's had many injuries and many wars. You never know what kind of Beterbiev we're going to see, especially after his latest serious injury." Zhile Zhang confidently predicted that Artur Beterbiev would knock out Dmitry Bivol. In an interview with Boxing Scene, Zhang shared his thoughts on the potential matchup, stating that Beterbiev's power will be too much for Bivol to handle, ultimately leading to a KO. They're both great fighters, but Beterbiev will hurt him and probably end this fight with a knockout. I think Beterbiev's power will overwhelm Bivol's in-and-out footwork and his skill set. I think Beterbiev is just way too strong. Roy Jones Jr. believes that Dmitry Bivol holds a slight advantage ahead of his huge, undisputed battle against Artur Beterbiev later this year. Jones Jr., a former light heavyweight champion himself, has identified several factors why Bivol should be considered the favorite.
No. Not 50-50. One, Beterbiev is 38 years old. Beterbiev has been down.
Yes, he has, yeah.
In an interview with Sean Zittel, David Bennovitz, who recently claimed the WBC interim light heavyweight title and is set to face the winner of the Bivol versus Beterbievs fight, shared his thoughts on the upcoming bout. Drawing from his experience sparring with Dmitry Bivol and his knowledge of facing Oleksandr Gvozdyk, who has fought Beterbievs, Bennovitz said, "They're both extremely talented fighters. Two different types of fighters, though. Bivol is a boxer. He moves around a lot, but he's solid. Beterbievs is a train. He just comes at you and takes shots to give shots." Bennovitz further added, "So what I'm looking at for this fight is Bivol has the power to hurt Beterbievs, because Beterbievs has been hurt by Oleksandr Gvozdyk. I've sparred both, and Bivol cracks harder than Oleksandr. It's going to be a really interesting fight. I think if Bivol stays on his feet the whole night, uses his jab, and then when they exchange he stands his ground, I think he has a really good chance of winning. But also when Beterbievs gets his engine going, that a train. He has, 19 fights, 19 knockouts. It's 50-50. A great fight." On his recent podcast, former world champion Shawn Porter shared his insights on the upcoming fight between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbievs. Porter expressed confidence in Bivol's ability to secure a victory over Beterbievs. He also predicted that, unlike some previous bouts, this fight is likely to extend beyond the early rounds. "Artur Beterbievs is going to take a lot of punches like he always does, and I don't think he can catch up to Dmitry Bivol," stated Porter. "Nope, he can't drag Bivol into a fight. Too damn disciplined, too much lateral movement, too intuitive, good boxer." Eddie Hearn also spoke highly of Artur Beterbievs, noting that Bivol has never faced a fighter quite like him before. Hearn highlighted that Bivol is the underdog in this matchup, and he described Beterbievs as being so tough that it's like facing someone who isn't even human.
It's just like you're fighting a guy that's not human. You know, he's not breathing. Every shot hurts. Even in the clinches, you see how strong he is. I'm not sure I've seen anything like it before, really. It's like it's not right. It's just like it's an unfair advantage.
Mark Ramsey believes that Dmitry Bivol may have intentionally delayed the fight, hoping that time would catch up with Beterbievs and he would start to show signs of aging. However, Ramsey pointed out that instead of slowing down, Beterbievs has only improved over time. It's going to be a very important fight. There is nothing personal here for Artur. He just wants to beat the guy in front of him, and at the end of the day, he just really wants to win. This is his main thing. He is just very competitive. He is always training and in the gym. We've just been waiting and waiting. They are hoping that one day Artur is going to get old, but he is just getting better and better. So what do you think about this fight? Share your thoughts in the comment section, and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.